So section 4.4, we are going to be graphing a function rule. So in this case, it gives us a function rule, and it's going to really help us to make a table for x and y values to get our coordinate points, and then to plot them on our graph. Okay. So the first part I like to start at is I just like to start at simple numbers and see if I need to go from there. So let's start with a negative. So we'll do -1, we'll do 0, we'll do 1, and we'll do 2. And we'll see if we need any more from there. So the way that we do this is we're going to substitute the x value of -1 in for x, and we're going to see what we get out. So we have -2 times x, which is -1 in this case, plus 1. And we're going to see. So -2 times -1 is +2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay? So this coordinate point is -1, 3. Now we're going to continue. Instead of -1, we're plugging in 0. So 2 times 0 plus 1 equals -2 times 0, 0, plus 1 is 1. So this coordinate point is 0, 1. Same thing here. -2 times 1 plus 1. -2 times 1 is -2, plus 1 is -1. So we have -1, 1. Nope, I'm sorry, other way around. We have 1, -1. Our x goes first. Same thing down here. -2 times 2 plus 1. -2 times 2 is -4 plus 1, -3. So we get 2, -3. And we're going to plot these points. So first point, -1, 3. So always our x first, which is our horizontal axis. So this is 0. So -1 is just 1 over. And now my y is 3, +3. So I'm up 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my first point. I'm actually going to do this in a darker color. Okay. Next point, 0, 1. So I'm not moving anywhere horizontally, and I'm moving up 1. Next point, 1, -1. So over 1, down 1. And then lastly, I'm over 2, down 3. Okay, so we're going to connect this line. Oops, this is difficult on the computer. Draw our arrows because it continues on in both directions. And that is your graph. So I want you guys to try this one on your own. Y equals 1/2 x minus 1. Make a table and then graph those coordinate points. Oops, where did they go? Okay. So next up we have continuous versus discrete graphs. So a continuous graph is something that continues, okay? So basically, the way that I like to remember this is it says that it's a graph that's unbroken. If you are on your paper and you can draw a line without picking your pencil up, that is a continuous graph. On the other hand, a discrete graph is little points, distinct or isolated points. So you have to draw a point, pick up your pencil, move it over, and draw another point. That is a discrete graph. So a pencil doesn't need to be picked up. Pencil needs to be picked up over here. Okay? So this word problem, it's going to ask us to graph these two situations and then figure out whether it's discrete or continuous. So it says that a local cheesemaker is making cheese to sell at a farmer's market. It takes 1 gallon of milk to make 16 ounces of cheese, and he is selling each wheel of cheese for $9. Use the tables below to state whether the graph is continuous or discrete. Okay, so let's take a look at this first one. So we're going to label our graph. So this is going to be weight of cheese. Our x-axis is going to be our gallons of milk. And our y-axis is going to be the weight. And the weight depends on our gallons of milk. Okay, so the way we want to graph this is I see that my milk is going up by ones. So I'm going to start down here by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're counting by ones over here. Our weight, I see, goes all the way up to 64. So I'm going to count by tens. How about that? So I'm going to start at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then we'll be a little bit higher. Okay, so let's graph this. So 0, 0, my first point is down here. 0 gallons of milk doesn't weigh anything. 1 gallon of milk weighs 16 ounces. So I did by 10, so I'm somewhere in here. 2 gallons of milk weighs 32 ounces. Right here. 3 gallons of milk weigh 48 ounces. And 4 gallons of milk weighs 64 ounces. So now I need to decide if I need to connect my points or leave them as isolated points. So I need to ask myself, is it possible to use a portion of a gallon of milk? Yes, right? If I put in a gallon of milk and a half, I would get a weight that's in between what it is for 1 gallon of milk and for 2 gallons of milk, right? So all of these points on this line, so that please make yours straighter than I did. So all of these points that are on this graph are points that would make sense, right? So maybe this is 2.5 gallons of milk that lines up with maybe 40 ounces, okay? So it makes sense. We can use a portion of a gallon of milk. So on the other hand, so this is a continuous graph because I connected all of my points, okay? So I'm going to use another color over here. And so this is going to be called money earned. Okay? Down here, we have the wheels of cheese sold. And then the money that was purchased. This is a dollar sign. That's horrible. Deleting. Okay, this is our money sign, the amount of money that was made. So we start at 0, obviously. So we can see that the number of wheels sold are counted by ones. So I'm going to start 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then the amount of money made goes up to 36. So I'm going to count by tens again. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay? So this is by tens, and this is by ones. So it says 0 wheels sold, 0 money made. Makes sense. 1 wheel sold, $9 were made. 2 wheels sold, $18 were made. 3 wheels sold, $27 were made. 4 wheels sold, $36 were made. So now we need to think about this. If I connect these points, that means that I could sell 1.2 wheels, 1.3 wheels of cheese, 1.5 wheels of cheese, and I can't. The wheels of cheese are the wheels of cheese. I can only sell 1 or 2 or 3, only whole numbers of wheels of cheese. So this graph has to stay as isolated points because those are the only amounts of money I can earn because I'm only selling whole numbers of cheese. So this is a discrete graph. So you need to know your situation to figure out if it's discrete or continuous. So next up, what we want to do is graph something that's a little bit different, something that has something different in it. And in this case, it's an absolute value. So my equation is y equals the absolute value of x minus 4. So again, we just want to pick some points that we like. So let's just we'll do the same. So we'll do -4, -2, 0, 2, and we'll add 1 in. We'll do 4. Okay? So here we go. Let's start with the first one. So we have that y equals the absolute value of x, where in this case it's -4 minus 4. So we're going to take this for what it is. The absolute value of -4 is +4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So we get -4, 0. Okay? Over here, absolute value of -2 minus 4. Absolute value of -2 is 2 minus 4. We get -2. We get -2, -2. Absolute value of 0 minus 4. Absolute value of 0, 0 minus 4 is -4. So we get 0, -4. Now absolute value of 2 minus 4 is the same as this one. So I get negative 2. And same thing with this 4. The absolute value of 4 minus 4 is 0. So we get 4, 0. Okay, so let's graph this. So my first point is negative 4, 0. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, negative 4, 0, which means I'm right on this x-axis. Negative 2, negative 2. So I'm to the left 2, and I'm down 2. 0, negative 4, so I don't move anywhere horizontally, and I go down 4. 2, negative 2, to the right 2, down 2. 4, 0, over 4, and I'm not moving anywhere. So as you can see, this is a big V, isn't it? So when this happens, when we have the absolute value of something, it's always going to be in the shape of a V. Okay? Whoa. That was supposed to be. What is happening? Okay. Okay, great. We have one more left and then we're done. Let's change this color. I'm thinking pink. Okay, so now we have what is the graph of x squared plus 1. So same thing here. I'm going to try a decent amount of points. Let's try negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so if I substitute negative 2 in for x, I get negative 2 squared plus 1. Now, negative 2 squared is 4 plus 1 gives me 5. Negative 2, 5. Negative 1 squared plus 1 gives me, negative 1 squared is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So negative 1, 2. 0 squared plus 1 is just 1, so I'm at 0, 1. 1 squared plus 1 is, again, the same thing as up here, 2. So this 2 is going to be the same as this negative 2. So my points are 1, 2, 2, 5. So now I'm going to graph it, okay? Negative 2, 5. I have negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that meaning I'm right down here. I'm sorry, that is wrong. It's positive 5, so I'm up here. Negative 1, 2, right here. 0, 1, right here. 1, 2, up here, and 2, 5, up here. So whenever I have a squared, it's always going to be in this U shape. Okay? So it comes down and it goes back up. Awesome. Okay? Now your U should be better than mine. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great night.